Y'all, what's good? All right, so I got a lot of downloads. I've been trying to get out here to make my videos, but it's been raining, so let's just get right into it. All right, I wrote everything down so I could keep track of what I wanted to talk about. So the last thing I was talking about was like as far as like spiritual people, especially spiritual men, like real spiritual men will not be wealthy in the 3D realm unless they get with their spiritual partner and then they grow together. But a spiritual man by himself, he's not going to be wealthy. He's not going to have a lot of possessions. Yeah. So anyway, back to as far as spiritual people. Even as spiritual people, we won't be wealthy, especially in the beginning. We might, build up to wealth, yes, but in the beginning, you're definitely not going to be wealthy. But all of your needs will be met. Ever since I've been doing my spiritual journey, all my needs have been met. Like, I have not had to want for anything. I have had not to beg for anything. Everything has been provided for me for the past 4 years. So I was talking about the COVID, right? So during COVID, people were losing their jobs, losing touch with family members, all that stuff, right? So I'm just talking about from my perspective. I was working at a school, and this was like a very prominent school and private school, so they had standards or whatever. And I think me and like 3 other people was the only ones who did not get the vaccine. So they had a policy there that if you did not get the vaccine, you would not get paid. So I got COVID. I got COVID 4 times. But it's because I work in a school. I work with kids all the time. So kids are dirty. They have germs. It was inevitable. So anyway, I got it 4 times. The first 2 times was bad. And the last 2, it was just like a regular cold or whatever. So anyway, I caught COVID the second time. It was Christmas break. So, no, it was the week before Christmas break. So, I was out the first week before the Christmas break, and then I was out of work for 2 weeks for the whole entire Christmas break. So I was out of work for 3 weeks. Only one of those weeks I did not get paid. So, to say that the universe looked out for me and the people that cared about me at my job looked out for me. So my boss went to the parents of the students and asked if they could help me out. They didn't know the situation. They didn't know if I had money or whatever. They didn't know if I was vaccinated, none of that stuff. Well, I don't know. I doubt if he would have told my business. But anyway, they gave me about $800 so that me and my family could have food in our house for those 3 weeks that I was not at work. And I was just like, that was just so amazing. And I'm like, that just shows how the universe looks out for spiritual people who are really on a spiritual path. Like, that has been happening to me since I've been on a spiritual journey. So that's what I say as far as like being spiritual. Your needs will be met. You will not have to be a beggar. You will not have to be out on the street. None of those things. So that's just my perspective as far as this whole COVID situation, as far as being spiritual and being on the right path, or just in my perspective of how my spiritual journey has been going. All right, peace.